Here we are, kicking off another week, Monday, the 27th day of February, 2017. I'm your host, Alex Jones, here, teleprompter free, coming to you from deep in the heart of Texas, broadcasting worldwide. You know, Starbucks came out a month ago and said they're going to hire 10,000 refugees, and in major consumer indexes, they have absolutely plunged. Their brand has gone into the toilet. And isn't that emblematic of how everything the globalists are pushing is tanking with public sentiment in the public mind? The public is rejecting them lock, stock, and barrel. Meanwhile, the enemies of this republic are in high gear trying to kill the Trump recovery that we're only 40-something days into with everything they've got. I've got a stack of news where the financial publications are running down this country and running down the UK for trying to pull out of the EU. There is an all-out financial war going on. Communist China has weighed in. Hollywood, of course, last night praised Tehran, and the mullahs praised Hollywood and said how great they were and that they admire the anti-American sentiment, when no one in Hollywood who supports the whole anti-family agenda could even live in Iran. But they don't care, because Iran has some anti-American sentiment. Most of the young people in major surveys in Iran actually hate the mullahs. But nevertheless, the Iranian dictator condemns Donald Trump's Muslim ban in powerful Oscars acceptance speech. Iranian director. I had a Freudian slip. Dictator. Iranian director Asghar Farhadi condemns Donald Trump's Muslim ban in powerful Oscar acceptance speech. Funny, Iran has a ban on Christians and Jews coming into the country and trying to live there. But that's okay, because this is all a one-sided street. We're not banning Muslims. We're banning people from 7 failed states like Sudan and Somalia and Libya that don't even have working public airports, and where women are sold into slavery and their genitals cut off. But it doesn't matter, because they could badmouth. I mean, it would take all day to air all the different so-called stars, most of them foreigners, it seemed, up there running down this country and running down President Trump. And Jimmy Kimmel saying the world hates America because of Trump. No, many areas of the world hate the United States because the globalists have used us to expand their system while they ran us down. Now the globalists are fully conquering the U.S., they're using some of the hatred they helped generate as a way to further bring down this country. The truth is, the world respects Trump. From the folks in the UK to France to Russia to Japan to many areas of Africa and Latin America, they understand the exploitation America's going under because they've been under it. And peoples and nations are all together against the globalist threat. We all share that common enemy. I was watching Fox News this morning while I was exercising, and they were going to Ellis Island talking about all the things you had to do to get through to the United States. Yeah, not have TB, not have the plague, and not be a burden on the society. You couldn't be handicapped because they didn't have a big social welfare system. We couldn't have the world dump people on us, or it would make our country go down. We brought hard-working peasants into the country. That's who this nation wanted. That's what America's based on. So that they could become wealthy and successful and actually get out of their caste systems that they were in every other country, from Japan to Italy. But now, the great-grandkids of those kids, of those people that came here, are brainwashed, running around bitching and complaining, you know, saying, give me free government this, give me free government that, and open the borders up, on and on and on, having no connection to reality, but living in La La Land. Speaking of La La Land, they announced that La La Land had won, and of course it was really Moonlight, just showing how they can't get their act together, a bunch of dysfunctional scum.
This broadcast is being watched live by millions of Americans and around the world in more than 225 countries that now hate us. And I think that is an amazing thing. I'm not the man to unite this country, but it can be done. You know, if every person watching this show, I don't want to get too serious, but there are millions and millions of people watching right now. And if every one of you took a minute to reach out to one person you disagree with, someone you like, and have a positive, considerate conversation, not as liberals or conservatives, as Americans, if we would all do that, we could make America great again. We really could. It starts with us. Isabel, as you know, is nominated for her performance in the movie Elle. And on behalf of everyone here, I would like to say, we didn't see Elle, but we absolutely loved it. You were amazing in that film, and I am glad Homeland Security let you in tonight. I really am. Meryl Streep has phoned it in for more than 50 films over the course of her lackluster career. This is Meryl's 20th Oscar nomination. Made even more amazing considering the fact that she wasn't even in a movie this year. We just wrote her name down out of habit. Meryl, stand up if you would. Everybody, please join me in giving Meryl Streep a totally undeserved round of applause, will you? The highly overrated Meryl Streep, everyone. We're going to have fun tonight. I hope we're going to have fun tonight. Nice dress, by the way. Is that an Ivanka? This is exciting. I think it's important that we all, I know we've all seen it all, but it's important that we take a second to appreciate what is happening here. We're at the Oscars, the Academy Awards. You're nominated. You got to come. Your families are nominated. Your friends. Some of you will get to come up here on this stage tonight and give a speech that the President of the United States will tweet about in all caps during his 5 a.m. bowel movement tomorrow. See, it's so easy to reach out and heal. And I want to say, maybe this is not a popular thing to say, but I want to say thank you to President Trump. I mean, remember last year when it seemed like the Oscars were racist?
La La Land.
That's what you call progress.
We lost, by the way, but, you know.
Guys, I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Smooth move, dumbass.
There you go. They were too busy running around lying about Donald Trump and the nationalist movement that's desperately trying to devolve power from the corrupt Hollywood on the West Coast and the corrupt mega banks that have hijacked the country on the East Coast. They were too busy demonizing a true American champion with incredible charisma and courage to try to restore this republic and be a beacon to other nations to pull out of the corporate global system. And all these cowards get up there with their neurotic lifestyles and all their corruption and all their butlers and all their face creams and facelifts and all the rest of it, and their train wreck lifestyle, and lecture us that we should all bow down to them because Hollywood celebrities know everything. And it doesn't mean I don't like a Kurt Russell. It doesn't mean I don't like, you know, some of the great actors out there like Clint Eastwood. And they all seem to be patriots, don't they? You like them in their roles your whole life, and then it turns out they're listeners. Turns out they're dialed into the truth before you were even born. But all the rest of them are just the most conceited, twisted, deceptive, hypocritical people on the planet. Meryl Streep has famously come out, remember, but it was back in 2003, and lobbied and campaigned for Roman Polanski to have his child rape pedophilia conviction overturned after he grabbed a 13-year-old girl, this is admitted, drugged her and raped her anally. And she got up and gave a standing ovation when he was nominated for a film in 2003 and helped run the movement, promoting the movement. That's how arrogant she is, promoting the move to get him clemency. That's disconnected, folks. And that's who we're talking about here. They think you're there like dirt under their shoes. It's like Elon Musk and Ray Kurzweil, all of them say, you will merge with machines or be obsolete. You will merge with machines or be stepped on like a bug. They believe they know the future. They believe they know how we're going to live. They believe they have full control over us. But the truth is, whether it's Hollywood or whether it's Starbucks or whether it's other globalist publications or operations, they're all globally, not just domestically, going into the toilet. In fact, it's admitted now in the trade publications, it was in the trade publications today, Variety and others, that Hollywood hopes Trump lets China buy them up because they're completely bankrupt. It's already over. They're bankrupt. And even when Matt Damon makes movies for the China market, like The Great Wall, it loses $80 million. J.K. Rowling has giant palaces all over the world, from Tasmania to London. But she wants you to take violent, military-age men, Somali and Sudanese refugees in your poor neighborhood, but she won't take them in hers. Again, disgusting, pig-like hypocrites. Jokes. Totally anathema. I watched large sections of the Oscars this morning, and I noticed that they tried to get kids up on the stage and bring, you know, locals in and try to make it about the viewers, because they know their ratings are in the tank. They know people are sick of celebrities, sick of empty garbage. You go out and you do advertising with a celebrity, it doesn't sell nowadays. It's in the trade publications, but we've tested it ourselves. You go out and you advertise with a regular, real person that's genuine, you have incredible success. The people are running from the establishment, running from liberalism. It is the most old hat, orthodox, oppressive religion in the world. It's a religion of being guilty, a religion of being obsessed with how you talk and what you do, a religion of groveling to a cult that tells you how to live and how to dress and where to go and how to speak. No! We reject you. And Donald Trump knows that. How beautiful that he canceled the Correspondents' Dinner. Oh, yes, it's canceled. It's about the White House. It's about the president. I love the media keeps acting like, oh, he's not going. Will that hurt it? It's all about the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And turn into this whole thing about the media that's openly calling, almost every publication that'll be there, calls for his death, his overthrow, calls him a racist, lies about him. Why should he go to an event when he breathes life into it? Why should he go to a vampire's feast when he's the only red-blooded human walking? They need him like fish need water, like birds need the sky, like plants need the sun, and like vampires need blood. House Intelligence Committee chair has just come out and said no evidence yet of Trump campaign contacts with Russia, because there never have been. I told you, they keep running. And if you read the fine print in the New York Times, they always say no evidence that they actually were doing anything in the campaign. Just a few people in the campaign talked to Russians. That's what you do once they were in the transition. That's all coming up. But isn't it interesting? Secret ballots, duplicative envelopes, armed guards, and a star-studded finale. So how did the fine-tuned Oscar machine go so wrong? Well, armed guards, duplicate ballots, everything being checked, everything being totally controlled, obsessing over a vote that doesn't even matter, but you want people to be able to vote with no ID. There's a name for hypocrisy in the dictionary and the encyclopedia, and it's called Hollywood liberal scum that isn't liberal. Everything about them's a lie. Coming up, we're going to have exclusive breaking news from inside the White House and information they've discovered. The article is going up now in the next 10 minutes to Infowars.com by Dr. Jerome Corsi. This is from the White House. That Obama raided Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, taxpayer-funded, government-backed mortgage system, ladies and gentlemen, to fund Obamacare. It's even more bankrupt than we first thought. This is criminal, this is scandalous, and it's about to break. Guess what else we got from the White House? Along with 20 other groups, but no one's published it yet that I saw 15 minutes ago when we were going on air. This, the bullet points of the speech tomorrow night before Congress. The Democrats say they're going to sabotage and attack. I am going to be breaking all of this down, and we're going to be posting this at Infowars.com the next 10 minutes as well. So, a lot of very positive things happened at CPAC when Dr. Corsi was there. So we're going to be breaking all that down. Here's the good news. Nationalists everywhere are exploding to the #1 position. So the answer is assassination plots against Marine Le Pen, against Wilders in the Netherlands, everywhere. Le Pen's surge in latest poll as the other people behind her's population slip. She's clearly, even in their fake polls, way ahead. Prime Minister May in the UK prepares to announce cutoff date for EU migrant rights in Britain. Yeah, they're just flooding England with undocumented people and just saying they have all these rights. No, there's a cutoff. It's a globalist plan by Peter Sutherland in the UN to bring down Europe. Radical leftists are warning that Trump years will be apocalyptic, and they just might be right. Report, Dem invited immigrants to heckle Trump during speech to Congress, Infowars.com. Now, remember, one guy heckled. Who was the congressman? I forget, that says, "You lie." Let's Google that. Which congressman said, "You lie"? His name will pop in my head in a minute. He's been on the show before, many years ago. The point is that he said, "You lie," when he was saying that, you know, illegals wouldn't get Obamacare and Obamacare is going to be, you know, free and all this crap. He said, "You lie." The media was like, "It's the greatest evil ever." Well, what about if there's heckling tomorrow night that we're going to be covering live? I'm going to be here. I'm going to cover it live. I'm going to come down here tomorrow night. We're going to cover an hour before, and we'll cover the speech after. Leaked audio reveals anti-Trump forces manufacturing hostile town halls. Yeah, the media is telling them go there and do it. PolitiFact says Trump is right, but proceeds to rate his remarks mostly false. Trump blasts Dems for peddling fake Russia news narrative. That was over the weekend via Twitter. Now the Intelligence Committee comes out and says, okay, he's right. There's no evidence. We've seen it. That's why they wouldn't give it to the House 2 months ago, 3 months ago when they were first saying this. They wouldn't give it to the House because there was no proof. I know the people they're blaming. They are literally pulling their hair out angry. No contact to Russians. Zero. All they've got's Flynn talking to the Russian ambassador like he's supposed to do when he's the interim national security advisor. Already appointed by Trump. Didn't need to be confirmed by Congress. But oh my gosh, did you hear the president's national security advisor talk to the Russian ambassador? What do you think ambassadors and national security advisors do? The president could go meet for a week with Putin in Moscow if he wanted to. We elected him. He's the president. That's what they do. Can you believe it? He's talking to the Russians. Get a Russian agent. We've got so much to cover today, so much to go over. But first off, let me bring this out. There is an absolute undeclared war, but also declared war going on against free speech all over the country and all over the United States, but also all over the world. There is a massive sustained attack going on, and if you're simply aware of it, and if you simply speak out against it and take action against it, it will fall like a house of rotting cards. Now, that said, if you're not conscious of that and keep yourself in a spectator mode where you're in the fight like you're watching a football game, but you're still a spectator and you don't spread the articles, spread the videos, promote the local radio stations, if you don't buy products from InfoWars or other people fighting the New World Order, if you don't start your own blog or your own YouTube or your own radio show, whatever it is, if you don't call C-SPAN, if you don't take those first steps, and I'm not complaining, it's going to be hard to win this. I'm just simply saying it's a choice and it's up to you. You've already done amazing things. And the activists out there have done the work of hundreds of people, many of them individually, or thousands of people. But we need all of you to keep your mind in the fight, your eye on the prize, and have that eye of the tiger, and never give up, never give in, never back down. Because just because we got Trump in means the war, as myself and Michael Savage and others said, has just begun. The fight has only just started. And they say that themselves. They are coming for us. The globalists are spending more money than ever. They're getting nastier than ever. They are doing unbelievable things. And we have to absolutely boycott everything they do, just like Trump's not going to the Correspondents' Dinner because it's all about him. Why should he? Just like he said, oh, we're going to have some press briefings where you don't always get in. We're going to make room for other media sometimes. Exactly what I said. Have it be random. Where sometimes these groups get in, sometimes those groups get in. So we had Congressman, Joe Wilson come out and say, you lie. That's exactly what Trump's doing from the main stage. When they lie, he says, you lie. Last week he said, a lot of mainstream media puts out fake news, and fake news is the enemy of the American people. He said the news is the enemy, like he's a dictator. And he came out and he said, no, I said fake news. See how they deceive, see how they lie. But the point is, you always wanted a bully pulpit. We finally have one in Donald J. Trump. You always wanted to take action against the globalist. We have it. But you and I and all of us have to get even more involved and more active in this animating contest. It's more important than ever that you wear your Infowars.com shirts and Donald Trump shirts and Trump is my president shirts and Hillary for prison shirts out in public so you meet each other, so we have solidarity, so we show these bullies and thugs and intimidators that we're awake and we know what's going on and we're not backing down. It's amazing. So go to InfoWarsStore.com, support the broadcast, get a T-shirt to wear your colors loud and proud, just like we're a motorcycle gang, folks. It's going back to the old-fashioned colors, old-fashioned militaries. We're the Army of the Republic, trying to restore the Republic, cut taxes for poor people, private property, family values, national sovereignty, basic stuff like that. You got to wear a Trump is my president shirt, a come and take it shirt, a Hillary for prison shirt, an Infowars.com shirt. You know how powerful it is when Trump has these rallies? And the word is, it isn't just going to be one mega rally. He's going to have lots of them again around the country because they're mobilizing against us. He's got to keep us mobilized in an info war against them. And you've got to have a uniform in the info war. You've got to be identifiable. Well, if that isn't a come and take it shirt or a Molon Labe shirt, then I don't know what is. That's what it's all about. Rub it in their face. And support the broadcast and let us stay in contact with you. Infowars.com/newsletter. You get the latest videos, latest articles, and coupon codes that are the very, very biggest. In fact, we're going to email out today one item that's one of our best sellers at 50% off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon today. I'm going to send out a 50% discount to everyone that's on the newsletter. And every day we send out a promo code for the shopping cart so you can support the broadcast, get great products, but get the biggest discounts out there. Because if they start shutting us down on more platforms, which is starting to happen, we need to be able to contact you through email. This is the one area that for like 17 years, I never really collected emails and never did stuff professionally because I never was trying to grow. I realized that we've got to grow or be destroyed. We've got to get as big as possible to take these people on, because then if they attack, it will be so large that it takes them too long to take us down and we'll wear them out. I mean business, folks. And people will see more in the future. As you've seen, I keep telling you we're going to the next level, and we do. With your prayers and your financial support, but even more importantly, spreading the video links and the articles. We're unstoppable together. Americans of every color and creed, of one race, of one God, of one freedom, of one push for justice, are unstoppable when we take action. As President Trump has said, and you're doing it, and you're seeing how we're unstoppable. The idiots at the Oscars went out there and made fun of Trump, called him a racist, talked about him having bowel movements, all this other crud all day long, and had a big celebration of division and lies and fraud. Distracting from all their elitism, projecting it onto Trump when he's a great unifier. And then they couldn't even get the right best picture together. So, InfoWars newsletter is the open channel for truth. The establishment is launching salvo after salvo against those who oppose their agenda. You see it everywhere. The latest advertising ban on InfoWars, not letting us advertise on Google, that's huge. That's blocking us in the market, very serious, is proof that they are using sophisticated tactics to attack free speech and destroy the independent media. This is why it's your duty to sign up and get our daily newsletter at Infowars.com/newsletter. As they try to shut us down, the newsletter might be the only means of communication we have with you. The newsletter is full of crucial reports, inside information, high-level sources, and exclusive deals. Stay informed with the InfoWars newsletter and keep the channel of truth open in the fight for liberty. Sign up today at Infowars.com/newsletter. And I'm going to offer right now for everybody that doesn't sign up, our great colloidal silver is 33% off. A bunch of other items are massively off as well. I'm extending the big sale we had last week to fund the First Amendment and expanding the InfoWar, at least keeping it the size it is. With Super Male Vitality, 25% off. Brain Force, 25% off. Survival Shield, 25% off. Caveman, 33% off. But I'm going to offer 50% off on colloidal silver. And I'm going to offer 35% off on Super Male. That's a 10% bigger than the discount's already there. For everybody that goes to the newsletter today and opens your email, I'm going to have a promo code there at checkout for you to get 50% off colloidal silver, amazing, and 35% off Super Male. Please support the broadcast. Thank you for your support. We'll be back.
Talk show host is Alex Jones. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
Deeply, I think, racist.
I just got called racist by MSNBC.
I don't want that man to have a gun.
1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
The Alex Jones Show. Watch the free stream live at Infowars.com/show.